Welcome to Chapter 18 for Business Math. It's called Accounting. This is Lesson 18.6, Depreciation, Book Value. So as always, make sure you're reading through the chapter. Pay attention to the examples that are in the chapter. Be looking for more than just, how do I get through the problem, but why are we doing what we're doing? What does it really mean? The more you understand about what you're doing, the better you'll be able to apply it as we move through the chapter. So pay attention to the book before just jumping straight over here to the worksheets. All right. So book value is the approximate value of an item after you have owned it and depreciated it for a period of time. The book value is the original cost minus the accumulated depreciation. The accumulated depreciation is the total depreciation to date. At the end of an item's life, its book value and salvage value should be equal. The formulas are, so we have accumulated depreciation equals previous year's accumulated depreciation plus the current year. So we're just adding the depreciation each year. It keeps totaling more and more. Book value at the end of the year is the original cost minus the accumulated depreciation. So the depreciation so far. So if we look at this piece here, we have use the straight line method of depreciation to calculate the depreciation records for a used taxi cab that cost $94,000, has an estimated life of 3 years, and an estimated salvage value of $1,000. So they did the first column for us here, which was very nice of them. So calculations for depreciation, we have the cost, $9,400, minus the salvage value of $1,000, and then we divide that by 3, and that tells us our annual depreciation. That doesn't change for year 2 or 3. It's actually exactly the same. So I'm going to cheat a little bit here and just go like, whoop, it's an ugly arrow. Whoop, this. And I'm going to write same, because it's actually the same thing going down here. We should write this in. I'm going to take that back. Don't do that kind of lazy same part of it, but it really is the same. We're going to do the exact same calculation for all 3 years because the depreciation isn't changing, and that's what straight line method means, is it's the same depreciation every single year. So if this calculation isn't changing, neither is this one. So this actually fills in pretty quickly here. Accumulated depreciation, that does change. So this one just comes straight over because this is the first year. But after that, we need to add the 2. So we have 2,800 plus 2,800, and that equals our accumulated depreciation. And then we're going to add this new one. We're going to add another 2,800, and that'll give us our 3rd year accumulated depreciation. All right, so for book value, again, they have this part filled in for us, but it's the 9,400, and they subtracted 2,800 from it because that's the current accumulated depreciation, and that's how they got 6,600. So we're going to use the 9,400 each time here, but we're going to subtract the new total. So what you get in this box here for year 2, that's what you're going to subtract for year 2. What you get in the box for year 3, that's what you're going to subtract for year 3. So I didn't do all the calculations there. I did a few of them. Well, I kind of copied a few of them. They're the exact same calculation as that first one. So I'll let you fill in the rest here. Let's go ahead and look at this next table. So we have Larry Brogan is a computer programmer. He purchased equipment for his department for $13,990. The salvage value of the equipment is estimated to be $725. So we have salvage value, $725, after 5 years of use. Use the straight line method to complete the depreciation record. So remember, straight line means we're going to get the exact same thing. Once we know the calculation and the annual depreciation for year 1, it's going to be the same thing for all 5 years. So remember, you take your cost, subtract your salvage, and divide that by the number of years. And that's going to give you your annual depreciation here. So remember, this is the same calculation for all 5 years. This is the same depreciation for all 5 years. Accumulated depreciation, the first year is the annual depreciation. There is no other year to add. Remember, for each year after, you need to add them together. So you'll take year 1 and add it to year 2 here, and that'll give you this one. And then you're going to add year 2 to year 3, and that'll give you your total year 3. Okay. So this is just the annual for the year 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. To get the accumulated, all the depreciation totaled, that's why you have to add the previous year to it. And then book value, just like we did up here, you take your total. What did you buy it for? And you're going to subtract your accumulated depreciation, so this column. So you have to fill this in. I'm not filling it in for you because this one, I don't think this is too terribly difficult to fill in. We're just doing some kind of basic calculations here. We're subtracting and then dividing to get our annual. And then other than that, the only difference for the year 2 through 5 is that we have to add the previous year's depreciation or accumulated depreciation to get the total accumulated depreciation for the years 2 through 5, like I said. So not too terribly crazy on that one. So I hope that helped. I know that's, a little bit more arrows and boxes here, but some somewhat simple calculations there. So I hope that helped, and I will see you in section 7.